regarding the vision board that I've been sharing like through my stories and honestly throughout the year. So what I decided to do is stream live tonight. I just hosted a workshop for digital products, but I'm like, hey, I can't let my hair and makeup go to waste. And so also, if you are watching on Instagram and you would prefer to see it on a bigger screen, come on over to my live stream. You can comment the word on you can comment the word YouTube on Instagram in the comment box on the live stream, and then it'll DM you my live stream link, and then just click it. But this video will live live as a replay on YouTube live stream. Okay. So with that said, let's go ahead and get started. And so I first want to walk you through how to create a business vision board, because oftentimes we are looking at creating a vision board for our personal life, health and wellness, money, house, kids, partnership, and all the things. But I find that it is a little bit more many steps that we should be taking to then do it for our business. And so I'm going to take you step by step. If you would like to take notes, that's great. And then at the end, I'm going to be showing you how I do it on Canva. I'm going to show you the different variations of the vision boards that I have created. And then I'm going to show you how you can create one if you want one for your phone, if you want one for your desktop. I'm going to show you how to do all of that. So it will be more hands-on. So for people who are listening to this, like on the audio podcast, we are probably going to stop the audio version at the point where I'm sharing my screen because it wouldn't make sense. So let's go ahead and get started. So first things first, when you are thinking about your vision board, okay, the first thing you want to look at is why you are creating the board before you start thinking about clients and all the things. Okay. So when you're thinking about creating a vision board for your business, you want to think about it as like a visual representation of your goals. The primary goal of a vision board is that it should be a daily reminder of your dreams, of your vision, to help you stay aligned, especially as business owners when we get off track. It will also help you reframe any limiting beliefs that you may have in terms of something not being able to become your reality, and instead of focusing all of your attention on obstacles, because what tends to happen in business, the life of an entrepreneur, is that it is literally like getting on a roller coaster, not knowing when the dips are going to come. But what makes someone really successful in entrepreneurship is not that you can anticipate the dips, because some people can, but when you hit the dip, you should know either how to get out of it, or you are very determined to figure out how to get out of it. So think about the vision board as a constant reminder of what you're working toward and what you want. And that's why your vision board should always be in front of you. Okay. So typically when you're creating a vision board, you will need certain tools. The tools that we're most familiar with are like paper, notebook, digital, like Canva or Pinterest, images, quotes, magazines, words that inspire you. This can be through also online searches. It can be handwritten notes. It can be pictures that are from your phone that you upload and print them out on your computer, your printer, or I like to upload them to staples.com, because Staples has just different types of paper. So first category when you're creating your vision board is you want to think about your dream clients. Okay. So with your dream clients, when you are trying to find pictures or words that align with what you want to see for this year, you want to first visualize the type of clients or customers that you want to work with. So for myself, I work with the general public, but in one stream of income, but I also work with a specific niche down community, such as therapists and healers, for about 75% of my digital products, courses, and live events. So that's something that I really want to be clear on. And that also means that when I'm looking online, once I get a picture of who these people are they male, female? Are they adult, children, families? Are they of a certain age range, ethnicity? I'm not very particular with how, they upkeep themselves, or, whatever the case may be. Once you get the picture in mind, you want to write it down so that you can find the pictures online that actually match the visual of your consumer, customer, or client. Okay. Now, how you would find words related to your dream ideal customers or clients is you want to look at words that make you excited when you think about that client. So, words that come to mind, and this is where you can use ChatGPT to flush out your thoughts, is you can describe your client and then say, when I'm working with this client or when this client receives my products, this is how they feel. This is how I want them to feel. Can you give me some words to put on my vision board to capture like words that represent these clients? So it can be the word empowered. It can be a certain dollar amount. Like, I'm a business coach, so I want my clients to not just make an impact, but I want them to live good. I want them to feel good. I want them to make money. So let's just say if I was hosting a live event, which I am, but let's just say if I was planning it from scratch right now, a picture that I've chosen in the past on my vision board is a picture of just a group of women and men that are together and they are brainstorming, doing activities. Maybe there's a photo of a stage that resembles how I want to decorate my stage, but I'm really visualizing what kinds of people I want to be in the seat. Okay. So with your vision board, be clear that you understand who your dream clients are. Now, the second category is your ideal schedule. So when you think about 2025, you want to visualize the end goal. And so you want to look at, how often do I want to work? It may change from month to month, but you want to work in a state of work-life purpose. I don't really use the word balance because I don't believe that we can balance out every part of our work life, business life, and personal life. But instead, if you go into it being very intentional with purpose, then your schedule will be developed as you see fit with that level of alignment that you want. So if you want to put words, for example, on your vision board, you can put words like time freedom, location freedom, because maybe you want to work where you want to work by the beach or something like that. Maybe you want to put words like flexibility. Maybe you actually want to go the extra mile and you want to go and put together a fake calendar of your schedule, like Monday through Friday, Monday through Sunday, and plug in some things that looks like what your calendar will look like on a average monthly basis or weekly basis. And then you can shrink it and actually cut it out or print it and put it on your vision board. So you don't want to skip over your ideal schedule, even if you're already working it, because there may be changes, even in terms of like, you may say something like December off, or 2 weeks off every quarter or something, if you can do it like that. Now, the next category is income goals. So when you think about income goals, you want to find symbols that represent your financial goals. The symbols could be a dollar amount. It can be a stack of money. It could be an image that represents how you define abundance. Maybe you also want to find photos when it comes down to income goals as it relates to like, what are you going to be able to do with the income goals? So like some businesses, not just focus on making money, but you also may focus on like, I'm going to invest back. Maybe you want to hire a team member. So maybe you find a picture that represents like a job description or a team member with a question mark, like who's going to be my next team member. But make sure that you do not skip over, of course, your income goals when you're building your business. Now, the next category on your business vision board will be your systems and support. Now, I know this sounds boring, but if you really want to leverage your time, you need systems, you need support, unless you want to run yourself down to the ground. So when you think about systems or support, I want you to visualize like, how does your clients go through buying a product from you or enrolling in your services if you're a service-based business? What platforms do you use? What team members do you need to help your clients get the best customer service? Do you need a video editor? Do you want something in place to help you collect payment from your clients more smoothly, right? So some examples of photos would be, you want pictures of like a nice computer. Maybe you want a new computer. Maybe you have an organized desk, because having an organized desk helps you work more smoothly or more efficiently. Also, you may want to have words like delegation, like this stuff needs to get off of my plate. Maybe you'll have words or symbols that represent automation because you want to make money in your sleep. So visualize what systems, what support do I want in my company for 2025, and then find pictures that represent just that. Now, the next category is your future vision. So think about long term. Usually, I will say no more than like 5 years. You can think 10 years, but 5 years is long enough because then I would say, okay, your vision board should represent maybe some things that are on your 5 year vision board, but not a lot. It should really be boiled down to the current year so that you don't overwhelm yourself. So think about long-term goals, like what products or services are you offering? What products or services do you want to scale up? Do you want to add in digital products, service based for therapists, private practice, more clients, adding on coaching programs, anything else that you want to offer, and find pictures that represent it. Maybe you want to move more global. So maybe for last year, you were focused on serving your inter community in terms of the people who are near your home in your community where you can drive to locations and visit, and all that's great. But maybe you want to become global. Maybe you want to represent a bigger impact. Maybe you want photos that represent, I no longer want to do one-on-one services. I want to do group services. So find a picture that represents your group services, your group coaching, your group workshops, right? Find words like growth, expansion, global. Maybe even put like you want to serve 1,000 people this year. You want to serve 500 people this year. You just want to have 20 new clients this year. Find numbers that represent the picture because, again, this is a vision board. Now, what you want to think about is the assembly of your board. And in a second, I'm going to share my screen because the assembly of the board is really what's going to make you feel good. Okay. So when you think about the assembly of your vision board, it can take as little as like less than an hour, especially if you're doing like a vision board party with friends or by yourself. But it can also be a couple of days if you want to take your time finding the right pictures. But here's the thing. I don't want you to get stuck in perfectionism. I don't want you to get stuck in, oh, I got to find the right picture. If it feels good to you in the moment, that is good enough. You can always update your vision board, right? So you want to find photos, words, and quotes that go with you moving in the direction of hitting your goals for 2025. You do want to place them in a way in terms of even positioning that feels inspiring. So sometimes people just put the pictures all over the place. Sometimes I have personally put my pictures in categories because it also helps me keep track of like, oh, check that off. I've gotten it done. And you, again, can make this a physical vision board, or you can do like a digital vision board, like on an app like Canva, and then download it, export it to your phone, computer, or whatnot. But I will say you do want to ultimately keep it simple and keep it focused. And think about the vision board that we're doing today as a mini vision board. I would highly recommend that you stick with 3 to 5 things. Now, you can have multiple categories, as I've talked about today, but even within the categories, you may only want to pick one big goal that then can be turned into smaller achievable goals. So let's just say if like my goal was to have a live event. Well, that will fall under technically me attracting my dream clients. It will go under income goal a little bit, and it may even go under future vision because I may want to have it a live event every year. So technically it hits 3 levels, but I'm going to make a goal for my business of I want to have a live event, maybe at this location at this time with this amount of people. This is the topic of the event. This is the kind of people that I want at my live event. So because I know that, that's my overarching goal. But now I can go find a lot of little pictures. There's no limit on pictures. You can find a lot of little pictures that represent what that live event will look like, how it will feel, all the things. And remember, you can always add on to your vision board. Okay. Now, before I show you how to assemble it as an example, I do want to cover how to use the vision board. This is very important. So you do want to place your vision board somewhere where you can ideally see it daily. It can be on your desk. I have a big vision board that I need to redo from a previous year, but it was on this big tech board that I got from Home Goods that they no longer sell. But I printed out pictures and it's constantly in my purview. But what I do from time to time is I take some of these same pictures because they're digital as well, and I put them into Canva and I put it on my desktop as a screensaver. Or I will also put it or I'll put it on my phone or my tablet just so that my vision is constantly in front of me. Okay. You want to use it as like a grounding tool so that when you feel stuck and when you feel overwhelmed, you'll remember what you're working toward. You may need to do some grounding techniques, some mindfulness, some sitting still, some journaling. But at the end of the day, don't lose sight of what you said your goal was, because remember, it should be a reminder that anything is possible that you want. If God or your higher power gave you the vision, then that means it's yours, but you do need to go out there and do the work. All right. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen and I'm going to walk you through just like some basic things that I've done. And I'll show you some examples of different vision boards that I've created for me, my family, and my business. So let me share the screen. And I'm going to show you Canva. And then I'm also going to show you Pinterest. So I know that you can save things like on Instagram in a folder, on TikTok and other social media platforms, but I like Pinterest because it's a lot easier to download and upload to Canva. So usually when I'm on Pinterest, I type in keywords. So let's just say one of your business goals is, I'll just go with a live event. So let's just say I want to have a live event, and I'm going to be specific. I want pink and black decor. And maybe I'll even put business live event, because that can be a baby shower. All right. So business live event with pink and black and white decor. And the cool part about these algorithms on these platforms is that it will show you something similar once you start going down the rabbit hole. So if I scroll down, I may see things that I never even thought about. And I may be like, oh my gosh, like I never thought about like balloons on the ceiling. Let's look at this one. I may not have thought about like the big box where you can go in and take a picture inside. It looks like a magazine. This is actually what I've done to design different events. Like, okay, we want couches and things like that. So once you see these photos, I would highly encourage you first, before you print out a gang of pictures and then you find some that are better than the other, is I would encourage you to save it. Now, I already have boards. What you would do is come over here. If you have an account with Pinterest, it's even better, but you can create a board. And I'm just going to call mine a vision board workshop, but you can call it like business goals 2025. So vision board, let me see. I'm gonna put business 2025 and I'll just put test so I can know it's like not mine. Then I keep my board secret because I do have a business Pinterest profile that I really don't use anymore, but still, etc. Now, if you've connected with other people who also have Pinterest, like some of these people are following me from like other things I've done in the past, you can make it secret. And then you can invite people. So when I was actually planning for my wedding, I actually invited my husband so he can see what I'm seeing. And then he wouldn't really own Pinterest, but at least he'll see the things that I like. Then you click create. Once you click create, you can then save different pictures that you like. You just got to make sure it's the board. So let's just say if I like these lanyards and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm going to have VIPs for like my VIP clients. So see how it went to events decor. The algorithm is picking up that this may look nice for an events decor folder that I created when I first started designing a conference like 7 years ago. And I've just been building off of that board. So I can go here, highlight it, and click save, right? Now, when I do that, when I go to my boards, it should take me to my photos. So now all of my pictures are there. Now, to download your photos, if you've never used Pinterest, you just click on these three dots. You can do it also on your phone. You click these three dots, it downloads. So I'm just going to download it. Then when you come over to Canva and you're ready to build your digital vision board, you can just drag and drop. So I'm first going to show you the vision boards that they already have. So you can type in the word mood board, and I clearly have some, but you can see that these are 19,000 Canva templates. Now, this is a lot, right? But I like the ones that look like a vision board. A mood board typically has like kind of like a brand board, like different colors. You can do mood boards for, if you're redecorating your home, for your living room. I did that. Let's see. Let me pull up like an old mood board. So this was my mood board for one season, pregnancy. I still want a baby girl, kind of thing. I put the picture of like a baby shower. This is the car that we have, but at one point I was like, well, what if we just got a third seater one? But it also represented the colors that I was feeling in that moment. So that's an example of a mood board. Mood board, we actually use these a lot. So I had a marriage mood board, like date night, trusting in God, celebrating our anniversary, putting our family first. Another one was, this is all went on. I actually use these to like cut them out and put them on my vision board. It's a lot easier because they're already in like mini vision boards, which is kind of cool. So you can use mood boards for your categories versus trying to like cluster them if you want. So I had a wellness part. That's one of the years. And I just like put all the pictures that represented what I did. And I manifested all this. I got my body in shape. I was getting massages. I did IV drip for like 6 months and had a membership. So you get the drift. Like it's a lot of things that you can do. So that's a mood board. You can also go on Canva and type in vision board. When you type in vision board, you're going to see a lot. So you'll see some that are vertical. You'll see some that have like, you can even put in travel, board. So let's just go to this one. I like to see ones that already have photos. If you don't like it, you don't have to start working on it. Now, if you know that you're going to be shopping around to see a vision board, you can also star it and then go back to your starred area in Canva and then choose one. So let's just choose, I'm not going to fill up this board, but I'm just going to choose. I like the ones actually with labels, to be honest. So let's go with this one. I like labels of some sort where I can type on it. So I'm going to click customize this template. Now, the nice part about Canva, once you're in here, if you're like, oh, I don't know if I like it, you can click add a page. You can go to design, and then there's other ones. So like, oh, okay, like maybe I want pink or something. So you can do a different one. You can do, they got 2026 here. You can put words on here, right? So let's just go with this one. Now, remember, I downloaded that photo. So I'm going to, you can either do uploads right here and upload file. I'm just going to go to my downloads and drag it over here. So once I drag it over here, let's just say if I want a section on this vision board for my events. So I'm just going to drag it where I want it to go. If it don't look right, I'll move it around. And I like this wording, but I want words to be on all of them. So I'm going to copy it, put it over here. I use this little arrow. Let me close this out. I use a little arrow to like rotate it. And I may say VIP event or something like that, right? I can even put like sold out. So you can also come over to Canva. You can go to photos. And what I used to do on my vision boards is I would actually find pictures that represent sold out. Okay. So I may take this one and say sold out for my live event. Okay. So that's like the basics of the vision board. So I'm going to go to the vision boards I've created just so I can show you how I've dragged and dropped it. So I'm going to pull up some of my vision boards here. I have a few. So what I've done in the past, and this was before Canva had all these vision boards, I would get a blank document, make it white in the background. I would go to elements. I would type in grid, and I would just say, how many pictures do I want, right? So let's just say if I wanted, I don't know, like 6 or 9 pictures, and I like them to really be even. So I'm going to scroll down until I can find some that are like the same number. Let me see, like this one. Okay. So 4 and 4. Okay. So now what my job is to make sure that I have the pictures that are on the vision board. If you don't like the white space, you go to spacing and you just drag it out so there's no space. If you're going to cut these pictures out, I would keep the space so you know where to cut. So I'll just leave it there for now. Now, I'm very organized when it comes down to wanting to know where my stuff is. Now, I need to clean up Canva, don't get me wrong. But after doing these vision boards for so long, I've learned how to put them in a folder just like Pinterest. because I find that I use the same pictures over and over again, especially if I'm just manifesting what I did in a previous season, but maybe bigger, or there may be some things that are more of a long-term goal. So I actually have a folder called Abundance Vision Board. So I'm just going to drag and drop some of the stuff that I've used. So let's just say I want to manifest luxury travel for me and my husband and just us only, no kids sometimes, right? Maybe I'm in a season where I'm like, he needs to court me again. So I went on Pinterest and I put in Black couples, right? I put in Black couples who travel. But what I also pay close attention to, we can also put our own photos in here, which we have done. But I also like pictures that resemble us, but that don't really show faces, because I want to make my vision board as relatable as possible, where I'm not looking at someone else's face. Okay. Let's just say if I want something around motivation. Now you can clearly reorganize these, but like I like this quote, girls say your prayers and now act like God already answered them. Pretty dope, right? Let's just say if I want a new home, but I specifically want like a big closet. So I'm going to put that there. Maybe I'm focused on, oh, I want a nice bathroom. Hello. And maybe I want a truck, and I can find the color on Pinterest, right? Let's see other things. I may want a new company credit card. Now, clearly that doesn't fit. So that's where you'll have to like figure out if you want another board for just like horizontal pictures, but you kind of get my drift. Like I want to have, like, this is what I did to manifest my event in New York. I put a picture of something that resembles New York, and I put a picture of my flight. Okay. So let's just say this is my vision board. Now you may be wondering, how do I put this on my phone? How do I put this on my desktop? So I'm first going to do the desktop version, primarily because I already have it created. So let me zoom out, and I'm going to show you how I created this. Okay. So the first thing you have to do is export the number 2 picture. This is the slide number 2. Like if I minimize it out, the vision board I just built as an example is number 2. Okay. So I first need to export this as a like share, download, and then I need to choose the page 2. I'm gonna make sure it's a PNG, and then I'm gonna download it. Okay. It's a lot of drag and drop, but I love the process. So I'm gonna drag and drop. I'm gonna save it to my computer. Then I'm going to actually upload it back to Canva so that it's a photo. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to find like a cute decorated background. So let's just say I make it white. And let's just say I want my background of my desktop to be, I don't know, a beach or something, because I want the water. So I'm going to choose the beach. I don't want the words, so I'm going to delete all of this. I just want the beach. And if you want another beach, just choose another beach. Okay. Then I'm going to go to, let me see if they moved it, elements again. And I'm going to put in laptop. I don't know if it's mockup or laptop. Okay, here it's under frames. So laptop, I put in laptop mockup. You can put in desktop mockup, and it'll still like, see, here's the frames. So let's just say if I'm like, ooh, this is cute. So I'm going to show you what I do. I like it to be in some form of a frame. I actually like the laptop better. So, okay. And for the sake of color, I really don't like that beach. So I'm gonna leave it pink. Okay. So I'm going to put this laptop right here. Now, what's really important is you want to know the desktop, like what do you want your desktop to look like? So I know that my desktop is typically pretty clean. Everything is in a folder inside of a folder so that nothing is really cluttered on my desktop. You know how some people's computer got like 100 folders on their desktop. I can't function like that personally. So what I do is I put the computer right here, because this is what my desktop would look like. I would put the computer right here, and then I would leave this empty space to actually organize whatever folders are for real on my desktop to go over there. So it's not cluttered, and then I can organize them. So now that this picture is here, you can change the color of your laptop. I'll leave it pink for now. So I'm now going to go back to uploads. I'm going to go to projects. I'm sorry. That was what my vision board was. I'm going to go to my abundance vision board. And then remember I told you, you want to drag and drop the vision board. Here's my vision board. So all you got to do, boom. Let me know if that was nice, right? So now that I've dragged and dropped my laptop, now all I have to do is export, like click download. Now I need to download this picture, and then I'm going to upload it to my actual desktop and say like set as wallpaper, set as screensaver, right? So that's how I've done my desktop. Now I'm going to show you how to do the phone. Okay. So let me see. You can actually go up here and type in iPhone. So when you type in iPhone, usually you can choose like wallpaper. Okay. Now I'm going to go to the one that I already created. Okay. So what they do is they show you the dimensions of what's going to go on the iPhone. So this was a heavy year for travel for me when I was manifesting going to Paris. So I'm going to use this one. Again, you go to design, you type in or click on mood board. It will show you examples of different mood boards. And if you want to choose it from scratch, you just choose the mood board. If you don't want these little color things, you can delete it or say, I want that one instead, just pictures, right? You drag and drop your pictures. Now, when you do it this way, I would highly recommend you do it under iPhone so that it's space on the top and space on the bottom. You don't want your vision board to take up the whole paper, because when you upload it to your phone, or if you have an Android, you type that in as well. You want it to, let me see if this will show up on the screen. You want it to fit, like you want it to fit in the frame. Okay. So I typed in iPhone, and then I just actually exported that picture and made it a screensaver. Okay. So that's how I put together my desktop vision board. That's how I put together my iPhone vision board. I'm sure you can go in there and type in iPad. It is a couple of steps, but to me, this is like the easiest, fastest, and best way to do a digital vision board, because you can also swap out stuff faster. When you do a physical vision board, I don't really swap stuff out, but you may want to add stuff in. All right. So as I mentioned earlier in the beginning, the purpose of a vision board is to constantly remind you of what you are working toward, what you desire, what you want, and all the things. I really hope that you've enjoyed this live stream. If you are, of course, tapped in on YouTube, because I'm streaming in different places, please make sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Give this video a thumbs up. Let me know what was your biggest takeaway or aha moment when I was going over the steps of a vision board. Also, depending on where you are, I'm going to say in your entrepreneurship journey, because this was specific to a business vision board, is right now we are in a season of helping individuals, entrepreneurs go into the digital product space with understanding 5% of their knowledge or life experience that can get them very far. You're welcome. And so, yeah, thank you, Latrice. You're welcome. So what, it's in the show notes and it's in the pinned comments. We have the 60 digital product ideas for therapists and for healers. You can download that right away. The goal of this is to help you see how many different digital products types there are, including categories, and we have scripts in there that you can use to like get you started. But that's one way to start your digital product journey. Let's just say if you cannot narrow it down. And if you actually want mentorship for your digital product, we actually just hosted a workshop tonight. It is on replay only for people who sign up. But if you have been around for a while, you may have heard of our Aligned Marketing Academy. So this is our program where it's more of a hybrid program. And our Aligned Marketing Academy, it is monthly calls up until the end of this year for mentorship. We meet on Zoom. We have a Telegram group, and we've also catered our program to make sure that we cater to different types of learners. So some people like to listen on the go. Some people like to sit in front of a computer. Some people like to watch videos on their phone, right? So depending on what type of learner you are on any day of the week, we have private podcast feeds for you to get the information. All of our lessons are literally 2 to 3 minutes with an actionable step after every lesson, which means that you are never, ever not making progress in your digital product journey. But we find that the hardest thing with digital products, as to why some people don't successfully launch it or see big results, is primarily because they don't put it out there. Okay. So if you want to learn more about the Align Marketing Academy, you can either go to the show notes, or if you're on Instagram, you can DM me for the link. But it's also at drtk.com/AMA, drtk.com. So I'll put that up here for you. So it's at this URL right here on the back end of my website. It's just like a button that takes you to the page. But outside of that, I am really, really excited. If you are connected with me on Instagram, definitely go over there and let me know your biggest takeaway. I have appreciated y'all with this live stream. It definitely was not scheduled, but I love just, I was already in the spirit of doing a live stream with the workshop. So I was like, listen, I got the house to myself. Why not have a good time? And let's answer people's questions that have been in my DM about these vision boards. All right. So if you have any other topics that you would love for me to cover, especially as it relates to like abundance mindset, being a CEO, being a psychologist, therapist in the field, wanting to expand your business, don't be afraid to ask. I'm either going to have a resource for you or I'll have a podcast or video for you. Either way, you'll be taken care of. All right. So y'all have a great rest of your night, and tap into the YouTube channel. It's a lot of great things in there, and I will talk to y'all later. Bye.